And, because of budget, we didn't wanna go crazy with,
That's
it would be
fine,
nice
thank
to
you.
have things for everybody, so.
This
we
is,
might could give us a fair ticket.
this will be quite of an economic boost
Oh,
for
absolutely.
restaurants and stores
Yes.
here in town. During the fair, I think, Steve, you can testify to this, the fair is really an off time for our restaurants here in town.
Everything.
You know, everything's gone down, this will give a boost
Right.
of disposable income, a lot of it.
Just need to sell bacon on a stick, Steve, and
Yeah.
fried donuts and stuff, so.
Do we know where they're staying, just out of curiosity?
All the local hotels,
Okay, great.
that's what they make a point to stay local and do everything local.
Buy fuel, they driving down?
Uh,
Yes, we
flying,
don't
they're
have to-
flying, driving, I guess they drive to get here, but,
Yeah, okay, all right.
okay.
That's-
So, any other discussion? Well, I would need to vote on the motion to approve the expenditure, or to approve the transfer of the money, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes.
Who made that?
Thank you.
Who made that?
Bill made the motion.
Bill made the motion, and second, I couldn't tell you, who seconded that?
I think Dennis did.
Yes, okay.
I was thinking, I slipped in there.
All right, Steve, statement of revenue expenditures.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. There's about a dozen items that they're running over budget. Some, they're seasonal items that, for one time, and they will be getting caught up, I guess. We will have a finance meeting, first maybe week or second week of October to look at the quarter, July, August, and September.
Second week, so we have the money.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, that's,
yeah, we're gonna have a finance meeting to go over all the numbers and, we'll look closer and see if we need to make any adjustments to that. Or ask for an explanation why we're running above budget.
okay.
Other than that, I'll make a motion with, to approve them as written,
Okay.
as of today.
We have a second?
I'll second it.
All right. Motion on the floor, disapprove the statement of revenue expenditures. Discussion? All in favor of approving, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. CLGW transfer proposal. Was it 2 weeks ago, after the last council meeting, on Wednesday or Thursday, the police commissioner, or police chairman and fire chairman was out of town at the time, but, met with, and the police chief. We met with CLGW, and their new transfer facility the engineer layout is that it's gonna encompass a portion of the shooting range. So what the utilities proposed or offered to us is to relocate the shooting range at no cost to the city, equal to or better than what we have now. And
Do we have a location?
There's two sites, and we're waiting for approval from the second site before the decision's made.
it would be no cost to the city,
If it's
or to the
equal or
city
better,
government. Mhm.
that's-
Where are the two sites?
One of them is at the end of the airport,
Okay.
next to the ditch, and the other is the old town.
As long as they're not shooting upwards. They'll
We'll play targets. They'll throw play targets.
Yeah, I don't wanna be a target.
You know, it's, the discussion's been made, FAA may not approve it,
I
but.
started saying, you may have to
If
talk to the
if you
FAA.
go to Campbell, they have a great facility there, and it's right beside the airport.
There's not much traffic in Campbell.
It's still an airport right beside a great
I know.
facility.
I'm just telling you that there's not that much traffic there.
Apples to apples.
Yeah.
Be better site than the dog, the old dog.
Yes, it would be a much better site, be less expensive to get
Steel
that
is
going.
like
And
it-
it's not underneath the flat pattern or anything. It's off to the side, it's less than a.
Is it on the west side of the taxiway or the south side?
It'd be on the east side of the
On the
taxi.
east side,
Yes.
towards the ditch?
Yes, ditch, and
I think I know
It's-
what you're talking about.
less than an acre,
I
you
know
know,
what- I
so
know
maybe
exactly
3/4 of an
what
acre is
you're
all it take up, so we want equal to or better, and I think they'll do better than what we're asking for.
A lot of airfast we move for that.
Yeah,
On
and
the
so,
door.
And they're fully aware, they're engineered and ready to go on it,
Yeah.
but,
Okay.
it's, you know, at the end of the day, it's their property, their care of it. It's your all's property, but they take care of that, the lagoon area. And so they've been, I feel 100% confident. Jamie's here to represent them if there's any questions, but they'll take care of the needs.
Right.
And
We ask questions now.
If we ever need that
Sure,
ground, we're
sure.
gonna relocate them, right?
The only question I
If they're
have
putting
is
this-
about the humane department. It, with this being out there, is it gonna cause more of a rodent rat problem for the humane department?
So there won't be any trash kept there overnight, the trash will be hauled off, there won't be any inside the actual building. There may be times when trash is in the trailer that's gonna be going up to the landfill, it'll be parked outside, so there won't be any trash stored in there. I mean, by state law, a transfer station's not allowed to have trash stored more than 24 hours.
So you don't think it'll cause any more than
I
what this
don't,
area
I
got?
don't think it will, I don't. So, and we've got one of our, just on a side note, Kevin, we've got one of our employees looking into a grant, you know, so we could take all the money that the Kennett Board of Public Works is putting into relocating that and possibly getting a very nice facility out of that, but some of it hinges on whether or not it has to be open to the public and whether or not your all's insurance will cover that. But we're looking into a grant for you guys to, you know.
I would love to see that.
Get something
Yeah.
very nice.
Not to put you on the spot, but just so that you can verify, equal to or better when we move this.
Yes. Yes. I mean, we provided, I think, a lot of the fill that was out there, and I think the street department and some other people actually moved it around, but it was out of one of our,
That seemed to be a big point of contention, the reason I'm want to get that on record.
right, right.
I hope we have a public shooting range, that would be excellent.
Right. And it's gonna be up to your all's insurance, you know, whether or not they'll cover the public actually going out there and shooting. When I was talking with some of the board members at the airport board, you know, the thought was that it would just be the police department out there and they know, you know, not to be, you know, have their finger at high port, you know, shooting at a plane, but, you know, you might get a 13, 14-year-old kid out there that might do something stupid at the airport, but, I mean, the PD would know better.
A range instructor or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's part of it, you have to have a safety officer out there whenever it's open to the public.
I've got a question.
Yes, sir.
So why would you not want to put it out the old dog pound? You're talking about maybe moving the farm range out there, it's okay for the farm range, but why would you not just put the transfer station out the old dog pound to start with?
Excellent question, I'm glad you asked that. So the reason that we're looking at doing that is because the compost pile is out there as well, the compost, and we're looking at eventually taking that over as well, doing, you know, picking up yard waste, green waste they call it, so we'll be taking out. And it doesn't make sense to operate out of 2 different locations.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So this is more or less an update, just kind of updating the council where we are.
I will be watching we hope it don't come across the wrong way.
Okay.
I'd like more communication, like on something like this, before I get phone calls about something I don't know anything about.
Maybe if you're looking at me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just,
The communication, there hasn't been a meeting.
yeah, I understand.
And that's what this is the communication of it. I mean, there were 4 people in that room or 6 people in that room. I don't know where the communication got wrong, but obviously someone has been telling a little,
Yeah, I'm just saying.
haven't given out all the facts.
Before, you know, you get phone calls, you don't know what's going on.
You gotta have the facts.
Yeah.
And I know there's
And it-
thing you see on the computer and all of that, and it's all half
And
the
I'm not
facts.
blaming you, but I was
Yeah,
just
no.
asking.
This is communication. This would have been the communication without anything on the computer.
And it was roughly a year ago or better that I stood right here. We had a citizen ask where the transfer station was going. And I told him, hey, it's gonna be due east of the compost pile, in between the compost pile and the dog pound. So, I mean, I told him about that a while back, and I think we've a couple times been in here about, you know, different, but now, we didn't come out and say, hey, we're gonna do this, and this is exactly where the layout's gonna be, or anything like that, but I just assumed that it was a given since, you know, a year or so ago. Of course, it was very contentious back then, there was a lot of other stuff going on, so that probably kind of fell through the cracks of, hey, here's where we're planning on putting the thing.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Answer your question?
I mean, that's good, that's all I ask.
right, and back to your point, Bob, earlier, real quick, you know, we don't have a bunch of utilities out there, so running utilities out to the dog pound would be quite costly, where we've already got utilities out that way. We just have to jump off of a line that's already feeding the pier.
Thank you again.
Do we need a motion on this?
I think it's just more or less informative. If you want to make a motion, we can do it, but, I mean,
Terry, what about it? Do we need a motion?
To put the transfer station there.
No, to,
Relocate
relocate the
Range.
Fire range.
firing range. Wouldn't hurt.
Wouldn't hurt.
Okay.
I'll make that motion.
All right, I guess you second?
I'll
Well, you second? Okay. Any discussion?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Okay. Sure everything's covered. Public comments. Anyone want to speak to council this evening? Christian, I'm sorry, you should have been up in the committee. The next time you need to kick, or thumbs up at me, I should say.
No, I'll ask me off. Yeah, covered most of it. I'll just piggyback off of some of that. I don't think we actually said what we were talking about earlier. That's the Missouri Photo Workshop that's coming into town. It's a group with Mizzou, and I talked about this last time, but reminder to everybody. So, like I said, 40 photographers, 20 students, and 10 faculty members with the University of Missouri are coming in. They will spend next week basically going around town taking pictures, interviewing people. They pick their stories. They have 400 frames that they can tell a picture, and at the end of the week, they will present that to town. So on this Sunday, the 22nd, from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock, we'll host a welcome event for them at Downtown Bistro. Everybody's welcome to come to that, get your input on what they may or may not decide to cover on here. And then the next Saturday, the last day of the Delta Fair, they will have 40 different photo stories laid out on tables at the new fire station O2. So it'll be a good deal.
It will be. Thank you.
Everything else, I think, but yeah, I hope everybody comes to the welcome event.
What time is it again?
5 to 7, and then Saturday 10 to 2 for the